I gotta be honest, guys. I don't think that there is anything else that Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, Anheuser-Busch InBev, whatever they're called out there, I don't think there's anything that they can do at this point to truly recover sales. This company's in the tank. I believe it's a wrap. They have done everything that they can, actually outside of apologizing, and it's not working. It's not working. So the CEO, the board of directors over there at Anheuser-Busch, they need to come out with a plan. I mean, it's been over 2 months, guys, and sales are tanking week after week after week. Nobody wants to be seen with this beer. What is their plan? Because nothing that they have done seems to work. Budweiser goes out there, brings back the Clydesdale horses, ratioed on a video. They go out there and get the great King Griffey Jr. and his dad for Father's Day to do an ad. They got ratioed. Nothing seems to be working. But still, you're still seeing Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light being associated with pride parades and things like that. That's not helping. There's nothing that they can do. Maybe, just maybe, guys, they should just come out and apologize. But that's not going to happen. And now they're paying the ultimate price, guys. Look at this. Bud Light sales take steepest hit yet since Dylan Mulvaney fiasco. Yeah, this is the worst week yet for Bud Light. The only way to go is down for Bud Light, I guess. It's over. It says here Bud Light suffered its worst weekly sales drop since the nation's number one beer brand. I think they actually dropped to number 2, unless that changed again. I don't know. Launched an ill-fated marketing tie-up with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney. For the week ending June 10th, Bud Light sales dropped by a whopping 26.8%. According to the latest data from Bump Williams Consulting and Nielsen IQ. Guys, a 27% drop. Astonishing. It goes on. It says that's wider than the 24.4% drop seen during the prior week and topped the all-time previous worst plunge of 25.7% during the week ended May 20th, since the beer giant got into bed with Mulvaney on April 1st. This brand is starting to hit rock bottom. They could actually go worse, 30, 35%, 40%, 50%. Yeah, they can actually keep going lower and lower and lower. Anheuser-Busch's other brands also took a step backwards for the week ending June 10th. According to the data, sales of Budweiser were down 10% compared to 7.8% decline the previous week, while Natural Light was down 2.3% versus a 1% decline. Michelob Ultra, the nation's number 3 beer, was down 2.4%. Now, the reason why you don't actually see the massive declines like you do with Bud Light is I don't think a lot of people realize that these other brands, especially Natural Light and Michelob Ultra, are actually a part of Anheuser-Busch. Now, when it comes to Budweiser, Bud Light, the names are very, very similar, but still, Budweiser was only down 10%. Bud Light was down 27%. That is massive. Quote, this was a tough week for Bud Light and other beer brands owned by Anheuser-Busch, said Bump Williams, head of the consulting firm. The calls for a boycott from conservative corners of the country over the Mulvaney campaign has cost the Belgium-based beer company more than $20 billion. I think the lawsuits will be coming, folks. It's only going to be a matter of time. The nation's number 2 beer, which last week they were calling the number 1, so I don't know if it's just switched to what? Modelo Especial, meanwhile saw a 5.7% increase versus a year earlier in the most recent week. So they're increasing. And I said before, guys, that there are alternatives out there to Bud Light. And you can see that Modelo is definitely reaping the benefits of that. People are dropping Bud Light and are drinking Modelo, among others. In the previous week, it had seen a 12.2% bump from a year earlier. Still, Bud Light remains the number one beer brand and has a several $100 million advantage over Modelo Especial on a year-to-year basis. Okay, that's where they're saying year-to-year basis, but as of right now, more people are actually buying Modelo Especial than Bud Light. So they're saying it's number one based on a year-to-year basis. So that's a little different. But right now, Modelo has passed Bud Light. And I can't believe they just put this picture of Dylan Mulvaney in the bathtub right there. Amazing. Modelo has been outselling its rival on a weekly basis this May. So yeah, the data shows. But for Bud Light to be unseated, it will require the declines to continue, and looks like it will, and Modelo's increases to continue through the end of the year. Williams predicts that it's unlikely Modelo will become America's number one brand based on a 52-week basis. So we will have to see. Quote, in some instances, the trends for a particular brand may be healthy in some local areas across the country and worse in others. Now, we got 4th of July coming up here, guys. So I'm going to be very, very curious to see how all of this actually does play out with 4th of July. I believe that 4th of July is going to be a telltale sign as to the future of Bud Light. If people are not going to buy Bud Light on 4th of July, celebrating America, it's probably going to have to come down to rebranding the company. Because I don't believe they'll ever come back. Now, look at this here. After Bud Light debacle, AB InBev takes a bow at Biz Oscars. And I believe it was a marketing person from AB InBev. This is what they had to say. Look at this. Quote, in times like this, when things get divisive, talking about Bud Light, and controversial so easily, I think it's an important wake-up call to all of us marketers for us to be very humble. Interesting. AB InBev is, quote, really reminding ourselves of what we should do best every day, which is to really understand our customers, which is to really celebrate and appreciate every customer that loves our brands, but in a way that can make them be together, not apart. Yeah. So it definitely seems like they are definitely aware of what caused this boycott. And they are really, really aware now, hey, we definitely need to take care of our customers. But still, you guys haven't come out and apologized. You just haven't. So I don't know what's going to change, man. Do they have too much pride to actually come out and apologize? Now, I said it before, guys, that you shouldn't buy Anheuser-Busch products anyway because they're seeing their true colors. But however, if you are the CEO of Anheuser-Busch and InBev, you got to swallow your pride and come out and apologize. But that's not happening. It's not happening. I mean, what are they really waiting on, guys? What are they expecting? I mean, you're in the tank right now. You just suffered a 27% decline. And it's not getting any better. What are you waiting on? You have hit rock bottom now since the whole Dylan Mulvaney thing. You just had your worst week ever. A 27% drop. Man, I don't know, guys. I don't know what they're just waiting on here. Maybe they just got too much pride. But it's going to get bad. 4th of July is coming up, guys. And if they don't come out and apologize, this ship is going to sink like the Titanic. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.